Hello, everybody. Welcome to another weekly episode here at the YYC Real Estate Show. I'm one of your hosts, Sheraz. I have with me, of course, Zach and Sebastian. And our guest this week is Robbie Morgan, born and raised local YYC supporter. And we're excited to talk to him and learn a lot of things that he does for the community here in town. So we're excited to get into that. But of course, we will begin with our weekly real estate update. Now, what happened in the last 7 days? It was almost identical as far as amount of transactions. So the total sales were 747, and the prior week they were 726. So there was like 21 additional sales, so 747 sales in the last 7 days. Detached were down to 344. Attached were down at 57. Townhouses and condos were up. There was 142 townhouses, 201 condos, and 3 full duplexes. Wow. So how many total active listings do you think there are? Last week we checked, there was 2,403 last week.
This week I'd say
today, right now,
I'd say there's 25.
I was actually going to say 25 as well, going with the trend.
Almost identical, 2,470. 2,470 active listings right now.
I have noticed that though on Pillar 9 about more condos and apartments. You kind of just see more of those pop up.
Well, the benchmark prices are higher, so
sure.
And you kind of see that, like, right when interest rates rise, right? Everybody's like, oh, I have a little less buying power. Now we have to buy a townhouse.
True.
Or, or a condo, right? Because it's like now it's in our price range.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's fair.
So you kind of see that a lot when it changes.
I'll, of course, just tell you guys in the last 7 days, I'll give you the 2 highest sales and the 2 lowest sales. The 2 highest were 2,499,900. It was listed at 3.2. Surprisingly, it took quite a while to sell. It's a big 95 by 122 lot in Elbow Park, 1926 built, 3,700 square foot house on there.
Wow.
And yeah, 3.2 list, and it's surprisingly sold for 2.5.
So it's a beautiful home though.
But number 2, it was sold in 2 days on the market, sold for $2,205,000, and it was listed at 1.990. So it sold
2 days.
Yeah, a couple $100,000 more in 2 days, and it was a 75 by 125 foot lot.
Wow.
Yeah. So both in the same area there. The lowest sales were 135,000 Lower Mount Royal apartment, listed at 129, and the second was 139,000, sold for full asking price in 20 days, Bankview apartment. And today's mortgage rates, if anyone wants to know, 5 years 4.83, 3 years 5.39, and the 2 years 5.79. Quick example of what that looks like to everyone out there. Let's say you're buying a $500,000 house and you're putting $25,000 down payment on a 25-year mortgage. Your payment is $2,717 a month, $2,717. So let's say you put $50,000 down payment on that same mortgage, it comes down to $2,574. So a couple $100 less for you giving $25,000 more. Now let's say you put the 20%, $100,000. That brings your mortgage down to $2,288. So the banks will always earn their interest.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah.
All right, and I think I want to give some kudos to Calgary because the Economist intelligence unit ranked Calgary the 3rd most livable city in the world, right? And the highest ranking Canadian city.
Nice.
So kudos to them on that. Good job, Calgary.
YYC.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
YYC represent. Because I mean they're great. They're making great progress in attracting companies and capital and talent to the city, right? Since more affordable, and we have more jobs coming up, right? And it's such a fantastic place to live, close to the mountains. And
clean.
Yeah, they're doing so many different things to really make the city so livable, like including affordable housing, transportation, that new e-bike system that we talked about the other week, and the green line, right? So we have the red line, the blue line, and now a green line, which is going to be
up south, isn't it? Going up southeast?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll check on that.
Yeah, we'll have to check on that.
Fortunately, never had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so about the mortgage rates, right? Canada wants to have an average fixed mortgage rate at about 4.5%, averaging by 2025, right? So, I mean, that would be good. Some consistency is good for homeowners.
At least you can plan.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to plan
is
is really, really useful. And and it's also uncertain if mortgage rates are going to decrease in 2023 because inflation has still been pretty stubborn. So I guess only time will tell what happened with that. And of course, if inflation decreases, so hopefully will the interest rates.
Yeah, no, goes hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I got some current events for all you guys watching here. Scientists from the University of Alberta, University of Calgary, and the University of Lethbridge have received $25 million in private funding to answer several questions about the quantum world, which operates differently than the traditional understanding of physics. So that's some complex stuff.
Quantum mechanics.
Yeah, wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. 25 million they're putting towards
25 million, so big bag towards that. So hopefully they can figure something
create
out.
more jobs
Yeah,
too, right?
exactly. Of course. This one's a cool one. The city of Calgary says a unique southeast traffic overpass, the first of its kind in Canada, has resulted in fewer crashes and far fewer collisions involving injuries. A municipal diverging diamond interchange, which opened in 2017, replaced the traditional intersection of McLeod Trail and 162nd Avenue / Sun Valley Boulevard Southeast. According to the city, there's been a 75% decrease in injury crashes at the interchange and 38% fewer crashes overall between 2018 and 2020 compared to 186 crashes between 2014 and 2016. So that has done some really good work there, obviously. Oh no, our thing went off.
It's alright.
It's a nice background anyways.
Yeah. Making Robbie feel at home with that one.
Yeah.
There you go. And the last one here is Canadians are struggling to save for retirement right now, with many planning to push back to the next phase of their life amid inflation and higher interest rates. According to a new survey from the Healthcare of Ontario Pension Plan, inflation has been slowly cooling in recent months, but at 4.4% in April, year over year, it's still more than double the central bank's target rate of 2%. The Bank of Canada last week raised its overnight interest rate to 4.75% after several straight months of holding it steady, citing the risk of sticky inflation. The survey from HOOPP and Abacus, it's a weird tongue twister. Abacus data released Thursday found that 44% of non-retired Canadians aged 55 to 64 have less than $5,000 in savings, with 1 in 5 from that group saying that they have not set anything aside for retirement.
Not good.
So that is not good. That's crazy to think about.
And you have to plan.
Wow.
You have to plan for your future, and us as being real estate agents, helping someone make what is probably going to be one of their biggest purchases in their life. Mm-hmm. That's a stepping stone of financial planning, right?
It is.
Mm-hmm. So it's really good, and that brings me to now talking to Robbie here, because I'm looking here back in 2013 October, I helped Robbie buy 2005 Evanston Square. Mm-hmm. So Robbie bought his first place way back when at
do you like your realtor?
You know what? It was a wonderful experience.
Nice. Hey,
it was a wonderful experience.
Nice. Awesome.
It was 287,500. We got it for 285. It was 15 days on the market, and at the time it was a 1-year-old place, right?
Wow.
So it was relatively brand new, all finished levels.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're still in that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not personally living in it right now, but my mom does. She lives in it, and she's comfortable.
Awesome.
And probably the most content that she's felt within her life.
Amazing. Good for you.
Thank you, Sheraz.
Well, if you ever wanted to sell it, today that same one is almost 400.
Yeah.
You know what? It's interesting because a lady came to the door probably last week and asked my mom, "Hey, are you willing to sell?" My mom's like, "No, we're not selling." And she's like, "Well, I just sold one across the way here in 2 days. Just put it on the market for 2 days, up and gone. So if you're interested, I could definitely get rid of it right away." My mom, she's no.
That is the market, you know. So we do the same thing. I was door knocking the other day in Killarney looking for lots for some of our clients, right?
Well, the best, and to her fairness too, as realtors, is the best place to door knock is when you have a listing sold in the area. Mm-hmm. If you can go around and say, "I just sold your neighbor's house for this much," people are going to listen to you more than just your average, "Oh, are you looking to sell?" If you have actual stats, obviously, so that,
I'm looking at the stats here, for your street, where you are, they range from $399 sale all the way to $421. So yeah, like just right off the top of my head saying 400 is a good ballpark price. Yeah.
It's a good investment.
I mean,
But you want to, if you can hang on to real estate,
See now,
ideas to hang on to.
you heard those numbers? Now he's getting all smiley. He's like, well, I guess Mama can find another place.
I have a talk with her.
Yeah,
She's pretty comfortable right now, you know. So we'll
But
see.
something we've talked on or touched on as well. We can let him in.
Yeah. That's that's a special
in the
guest.
cast. Come on in, Cato.
Kato, come here. This is for the viewers. This is Anthony's dog, the owner of Cash and Homes, and he's one of the best trained dogs I've ever seen in my life.
Nicest pit bull I know.
Nicest pit bull I know is right. Come here, Kato. Come here.
So, anyways, Robbie, that leads us into welcoming you. Thanks again for being on, and you know, obviously you have some experience here in YYC Real Estate, owning, and you know. But tell everyone out there who you are and about yourself and what you love, and talk to us. I know you're passionate about the city, so and what I really wanted to talk about was I really admire your yearly charity event that you do. So.
Yes, that's you know, first I'll start with who I am.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
That was a lot.
my name is Robbie Morgan. I am born and raised here in Calgary, YYC. I'm one of the few left, and I think that really being from here and growing up here, it really drives that love for the city. You know, a lot of people, even people from here, you know, a lot of people move away, they're gone. They like to kind of down talk Calgary as a city. It's not this, it's not that, it's not this. But even like hearing some of those facts that Sebastian just said, like, you know, it just goes to prove that Calgary is on a very strong come up right now. And being
100%.
from here, you know, I want to be part of it. You know,
Right.
this is my home. This is my city.
Good for you,
If
man.
Calgary's on the come up, I'm on the come up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Love it.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a young boy, I feel like an outlet for me really fast became sports. So I was always playing street hockey with my friends and cousins, or in the field playing football.
Yeah.
My uncle was a real strong drive in that, always having us out playing some kind of sport. And I feel like that really amplified me to really continuously be engaged in sport. And I ended up playing some community football within the city.
Nice.
But right before that, I moved to Ontario for 6 months, Barrie, Ontario. Shout out to everyone in Barrie, Ontario.
Little Barrie.
Yeah, little Barrie.
I know Barrie, Ontario.
Yeah.
I had a client move from there to here, sold my house.
Really? Nice. Yeah. So that was an interesting experience, but ended up coming back pretty quick and started playing football with the Calgary Hilltoppers.
Shout out Wildcats.
Shout out the Hilltoppers.
Shout out the Wildcats. It's all going joke here.
Mean green, big H.
Yeah, exactly.
Big H, literally.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah. And that was a really wonderful experience. It really shaped my life. I feel like football taught me a lot about life and gave me a really good experience within just understanding how to navigate myself through life. My mom was a single mom growing up, so never really had a dad in our household. So football taught me a lot about discipline. It taught me a lot about being composed, and it taught me a lot about knowing how to turn that switch on and off. When to go, you know, when it's go time, when it's relax time. When it's go time, it's go time. But just gave me a really good understanding of how to navigate myself on the field, and it translated a lot through real life.
Nice.
You can take those lessons on the field and really apply it to real life. I feel like I grew a very strong love for the game of football.
Yeah.
But my love for football didn't start with just Hilltoppers. I feel like it started with fitness first. And me and my stepdad created our bond together through fitness. And when I was young, him being my mom's significant other, I looked up to him. I wanted to be him. That's what my mom was kind of fond of. I wanted to be him. So, I really tried to emulate what he was doing and whatnot. And fitness became a thing that we were able to bond through night in, night out. I would just go do push-ups with him and start off with doing 10 push-ups. And then I got to 100 push-ups. And then, eventually let me start lifting weights with him. And, through my genetics, I've always had a pretty lean build, but I started to understand how to build muscle, and my body started building muscle at a young age. And then I became athletic. And after my football career, fast forward to now, just trying to reinvent myself. I feel like life, it doesn't matter what age we're at, reinventing ourselves is so important.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're 19, 35, 62, being able to tap into who you are, what you're feeling, and reinvent yourself is almost like that sugar to life. It's gonna keep you. It's gonna keep you blossoming no matter what age. So
I feel like we don't listen to our bodies.
Well,
We don't.
I
You
love
wake up, you're feeling something, we just brush it off.
Yeah.
Like that's your body talking to you. Like thumbs up with my leg. Like you
man.
better address that.
Don't even take me down that rabbit hole right now. Oh my gosh, I love that you just said that. I'm gonna touch on that in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then after I played Hilltoppers, played high school football within the city, and then I played 5 years with the Calgary Junior Colts.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And then it was kind of after football time to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of years, but I went to school and I got certified as a personal trainer.
Nice.
Got my personal training diploma and started to apply myself in the fitness world. One of the big reasons I went into fitness was because I realized coming up playing football, there was a lot of information that wasn't really given to me about my body that could have helped me really take my game to another level.
I feel that.
Right? So I wanted to be able to eventually get myself in a situation where I can be coaching and training the youth and giving them that information that I feel like wasn't given to me.
Give them the edge.
Yeah, give them that edge and let them lead the competition, you know? And so that's kind of a little bit about myself and how I've come to where I'm at right now.
Nice.
But I am currently a personal trainer within the city, trying to give back as much as I can to people around me and the youth especially.
Nice.
Yeah, touching on that, talk to us about the charity that you host.
The charity. So I have a bowling tournament called the Green Man Classic. I am born on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th.
Yeah.
Green is my favorite color.
Yeah.
Shout out the Hilltoppers, me and Green. Big H.
She said that one more time. Shout out Wildcats, Blue Orange.
Yeah. My first car my first car that I fell in love with. Not my first car, but the first car that I fell in love with, which Sheraz helped me purchase.
Being an older brother,
Yeah.
help your younger brother test drive, check
Yeah.
the car out, give him the green light.
Give him the green light. It was
The green light for the green car.
It was a dark green Honda, like that midnight green. Like in the day, you could see that it was green.
Yeah.
But at night, it kind of looked even black.
Yeah.
Wow! You came and test drove it with me that day. Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the moment now. I totally forgot what I was saying.
Hey, no, that's fine. We were talking about the Green Man Classic.
The Green Man Classic, yes. So just green being very prevalent all throughout my life, I decided to name it the Green Man Classic. And so the first 3 years, the first 2 years, it was just a bowling tournament I did on my birthday, just get the people together. I really felt like I wanted to be able to do something that my mom could be a part of too.
Yeah.
And bowling is something that no matter how young or how old,
age,
you could be involved, right? So my daughters could come take part in it,
Yeah.
my mom could come take part in it, and all my friends could be there as well, something we could all do together. And then last year I decided I wanted to make it a charity event. It was something that I had in mind for a very long time. I wanted to do a charity bowling tournament. So last year I reached out to Kidsport and asked if they wanted to be a part of the Green Man Classic. The reason why I chose Kidsport was because back when I played Hilltoppers, shout out Hilltoppers.
Shout out Big H, yeah.
Yeah. I had to use Kidsport for once or twice in my football career, and they helped me be able to be out on the field doing what I loved.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to collaborate with them and be able to raise some money and give to them so that they could allow other kids to play sports and be involved, because sports was such a big thing that helped me shape who I am and become a man. So the Green Man Classic turned into a charity event. This year it was the fourth annual Green Man Classic, second year that I was able to make it a charity event, and it's been a smash. It's been a good time, you know. This year we were able to raise, I believe it was $2,500. So I think we went up about $1,000 from the year before.
Yes.
So we beat our goal of $1,500 this year by a good $1,000. So that was actually a wonderful feeling, and I hope it's only gonna continue to get bigger.
Yeah.
I got bigger plans for it coming up in 2024, and just trying to again bring people together in a wonderful setting, good vibes, and allow everybody to feel like they're doing something for the community.
Good cause, man. Good for you.
How can someone participate in the big Green Classic?
Green Man.
Green Man Classic.
The Green Man Classic. As of right now, it's a invitational only event. But after this year, the way I was able to collaborate with Kidsport on an even bigger level and kind of reach out to people who were able to donate who weren't even coming to the Green Man Classic this year. I thought that was kind of cool. Next year, I'm probably going to look into, how I can make it even more of a public event. But to answer your question, right now it is an invitation only.
Okay.
But hopefully in the near future here, it can be more of a public event, and anyone who wants to attend can attend. As of right now, anyone who wants to donate can donate. But I hope to put it out to the public a little bit more in the future.
Yeah. And where can they go to donate? So they just reach out to you personally on your Instagram or a website for that?
Yeah, so in March, as March approaches in next year, I will start to promote it and have links on my Instagram.
Nice.
My Instagram is The Great Glue. I will have links on there. Kidsport was able to promote it as well this year. So just if you are interested in being able to be a part of the Green Man Classic, you can follow me at The Great Glue and just keep your eyes peeled for when that starts to come about.
Yeah. We'll always put the links of our guests in our description as well, so you'll be able to follow Robbie here, and please, support another local YYC gentleman who's passionate about the community here, where he lives, his home, our home, all of us, right?
Yeah.
So that's really good. What about the outdoor summer workouts you do as well?
Oh, so this is I like that you asked me about this actually. So last year when I was thinking about the Green Man Classic and brought that to life as a charity event, another thing I wanted to do was to be able to throw a fitness event. And last year I did some planning. I didn't rush into it. This year I really want to focus on making sure the Green Man Classic did come to life again and come forward, and that did. So I'm going to take the next step, and I am doing a fitness event currently. I have it set for July 1st. It's called Let's Get Phytical.
Nice.
Yeah, I reposted it all over my Instagram. So Saturday, July 1st.
That's it.
We'll put a link for all this stuff here. So 80s group workout, 10:15 a.m. to 11:45, Central Commons Park, followed by a day dance party.
Brew house,
2 to 8 p.m. at the brew house. So get
That's
your fitness
awesome.
in the morning and continue the cardio with getting your groove on.
Yeah, so how this came about is, I love to dance. I love to have a good time. I love to move,
Loves to boogie.
Yeah, and fitness kind of being my niche and just being really into the body and my own body. I really wanted to bring an event together that would really bring me to the forefront.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, if you're bringing something to the forefront and it is really exclusive to you and who you are, people are really going to be able to attach to it and be engaged with it a lot more because you're not faking anything about it. It's you, so you're going to totally be immersed in it.
Yeah.
And fitness and having a good time, music.
Sounds like a good time to be, bro.
Those are the two things that are really, really me. So I decided, how could I bring these two things together? Music, fitness, and dancing, having a good time. So I decided was
born the Let's Get Phytical.
Let's Get Phytical.
Yes, I love it.
So a 80s theme group workout in the morning, and then a day party in the afternoon. And this past year, I got really hard back in the gym and devoted and committed to my health and fitness. I was personal training before COVID hit, and then when COVID hit, I got laid off, like a lot of us.
Yeah.
And of course, they closed most of the gyms.
Yeah.
So my job was gone, and then I kind of fell off fitness-wise. And after football, just being really banged up and twisted from my years of going hard on the field, just becoming physically free within my body, like what Sheraz was just touching on, understanding and listening to your body, has been something that I've really been chasing, and I've been going hard the last year. And after my Green Man Classic event, I decided, I'm going to make this fitness event happen. And what this really is a celebration of fitness, a celebration of my commitment to myself, a celebration of my goals and the goals I'm chasing, and a celebration of the last year that I've put into myself. And I wanted to be able to celebrate with people like-minded, people who are chasing goals in the gym, whether it's been the last year, whether you just started 2 weeks ago, whether you just really been working on that summer body, and summer is here, and now it's time to feel good about the work that you've put in and come together with people doing the same thing. So that's kind of how this came about. Let's Get Phytical, and I thought, why not make it 80s theme? Allow the people to get dressed up and have fun with it. It's nothing serious. It's a celebration. So let's get together, get a little move on in the morning, warm up our bodies for the dance floor, because you can't be on the dance floor with stiff hips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, come get that.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna
Of course
go?
we're gonna go.
I'm in Kelowna.
Oh, man.
I'll send you some videos.
Yeah, you guys getting
YYC Real Estate Show.
You guys getting down and dirty. Yeah.
And the event is presented by Bomb.
Yeah, what's bomb?
Bomb. I was hoping you were gonna ask. So growing up in this city called Calgary, me and my friends, we were obviously visible minorities within the city. And this is going back, obviously, 10 years ago. The city's gotten a lot more diverse now. But it was, BOMB stands for Brothers. Oh my gosh.
Band of Misfit Brothers.
Is what BOMB stands for. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, we were brothers who came together as visible minorities to kind of survive together and be able to have people to relate to.
Yeah.
We started this company about shortly after I bought my place with Sheraz, actually. So maybe like around 2014, 2015. That's when the company officially became what it is. But Band of Misfit Brothers was something that started way back in elementary when we started coming together as brothers and just.
So who's all involved? Who is the band of Misfit
So the
Brothers?
band of Misfit Brothers originally was me, my cousin Wendell, my little brother Wade, and Sheraz's little brother. And there was a couple others who we adopted into the crew as we went into junior high and went into high school. And it became a really big, diverse crew. Like, there was me and my brother having the Caribbean and black background. There was Fraz, he has the Pakistani background. And then we have my good friend Damien, he's Serbian. And then
Nice.
Gordo, he's Bosnian. And you already know how those people get down. And so it was a really nice coming together of diversity. One of my good friends, Yusuf, shout out Yusuf, Cuts by Boostin. He did my lineup for today.
I was gonna ask you where you got that lineup.
Yo,
I haven't seen him yet.
He's looking like
I was
Jamar
supposed
Chase
to go-
over here.
Yo.
I was supposed to go see him.
I'm
Shout
paused.
out to Boosted.
Yeah.
My man pulled out the laser. Okay,
That's tight.
He lasered. He had the laser like bouncing off the mirror and like coming across my head. If your barber ain't pulling out the laser when he lines you up, he's not doing enough.
Yeah.
He
No,
literally-
I was gonna say.
The laser.
I gotta rethink things after looking at that haircut.
Oh man.
That's all I've been staring at the whole goddamn time. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, shout out to Cuts by Boosted.
Yeah.
He literally
Should I get
pulled
this
out.
guy on here? Do
We should
haircuts
get
on the
him.
show.
We should get
Do
him.
it. Haircuts on the
Explain
show.
what he's doing while he's doing it with the laser.
Yeah.
Oh man, he pulled out the laser. I was like, I ain't never seen nothing like this, but I'm interested. Do it. Do me up. Totally getting off track now.
Yeah, I'm
but
just excited about that.
Holy. I can't remember what I was saying.
No, I was just
But
brushing
the Band of
on,
Misfit Brothers and just
Band of
that.
Misfit Brothers. Yes, my barber, Yusuf, Lebanese guy. So just a really diverse band of brothers.
Yeah.
And we looked out for each other.
Yeah.
We took care of each other. We fought with one another. We fought for one another, right? And we loved one another.
Yeah.
And we grew up as men together. And we had a very strong creative nature together. So when Bomb became a company, it was based around music and entertainment. We wanted to stimulate the people and bring the people together and create together. And I love how, Sheraz, you started this off by talking about support. And that's what Bomb has kind of grew into, a company of support. We want to support the YYC. We want to support people doing things around YYC. Yeah. So it's kind of elevated from, I guess, a entertainment company in a sense to we want to really drive support. Because that's what everybody needs in life, right? And that's what we needed as youngsters. We needed support, and that's what we did for each other. We were able to support one another. So Bomb has really become a strong brethren of support.
Yeah, love it.
Nice.
That's I think that's like a common theme on our show has been like, I mean, we didn't name it just the real estate show. We had the YYC Real Estate Show, and obviously why we have these guests and that sometimes aren't in the real estate field is because like we all feel it's very important to connect to local YYC, and I think this is episode 13 now. And I mean, I think out of that, there's maybe been 4 people kind of in the real estate realm. Besides that, it's been so many different people from aspects of life, and it's cool to see. But I really think it's cool how you support the people around you, and it's going to go a long way. And I really believe like to make change, you got to start in your own circle too. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's great to donate to other countries and stuff. I obviously don't bash that, but if you want to take care and do what you can in little amounts, just being in your city helps.
Yeah. You want to make a change?
Yeah.
Start with the man.
And see, yeah.
When I was talking with one of my mentors in the fitness world, Curtis Howden, and he said to me, when you wanna do something, you gotta first start with your inner circle. So how can you directly affect the people around you, your family and friends, and then your community,
Yeah.
and then your city,
Yeah.
and then from there, you know, the world might be your oyster, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like one thing a lot of the people within this city, you know, a lot of people want to be somebody, but they want to go out of the city to
go to LA or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
How can you be someone if you don't even have a
If you're not somebody here,
influence within your own city?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Like that's a good way to put things. Actually, it's you see a lot of people that you're right. They want to get out. They want to, you know, be someone at 18 or 19, get out early, and you know, why not build some roots here and see how you can do where you grew up. Like I don't know. That's a novel concept actually.
Yeah. Sebastian, any questions for Robbie?
Well, I was thinking about like YYC. Like, yeah, as a young guy, like I was at some points I was thinking I want to move to the States for a bit,
Same.
move to Mexico, right? And I did live in Mexico over the last 5 years. Probably lived like there like year and a half, right?
Yeah.
But I always thought no matter what, Calgary is always going to be my home base, and this is where I was going to lay down my roots no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I would always adventure out, but I was always coming back. So yeah, Calgary has that kind of magic to it, and you don't really feel it unless you live in it.
No, it's like a buzz.
It's
like a buzz in the city. It's
and you gotta feel it, especially during Stampede, because the whole city feels like it's on vacation. I don't know why. Yeah.
Speaking of Stampede,
Boys, I'm ready to go. Talk about dancing, and it's gonna be 12 days of dancing for sure.
Let's go.
I still work for my clients on those 12 days.
Yeah.
But
Come see me at Nashville.
yeah, there's my iPad in Nashville signing his contracts. No, I think I feel like until I was like, I'd say probably maybe even later, like 16, I'd tell everybody, like, I'm leaving Calgary, like, I hate this place. Like, not hate, I wouldn't say that, but you know, I feel like when you're young and you don't really know what else is out there too, you want to explore, which is fair, but now that I'm where I'm at now, like, I love it here. I live here, I want to live here, I'd probably one day have a family here, like, it's your perspective changes when you see how many different, I mean, obviously at that age too, like you don't see as much as that Calgary has to offer, and then you kind of get out into the world and like you get a job, you start meeting different people in the city. It's like holy, like there's a lot of stuff here. Like it's a bumping city. Like
a lot of benefits, right? I mean, I have a bit of a different passion and like relationship, loyalty, I guess you could say, to this city because I'm just thankful to my father. You know, God bless him, for bringing us out of Pakistan and bringing us straight here. He tried to get settled all over Europe. When he first had my older sister and he had his first child, he kind of lit a fire under his ass. He was just a farmer. So he just wanted a better life for his kids, a life he couldn't have. He just lived a labor life, and unfortunately back home in my country, it's still, it's up and coming. It's been really good with the prime minister we had for a while there. But it is very still corrupt. Unfortunately, there is basically not a middle class there. You're either fortunate enough to have a lot, or you're wondering and worrying about your next meal every day. So I saw a big shell shock. Like I don't remember back home. I came here when I was 4. So my dad tried to get settled in Europe, didn't get settled, and his friend was settled here. And he's like, just come visit me. He's like, oh no, that's too far. Pakistan to Europe is an 8-hour, 9-hour flight. I need to be there and keep in touch with my roots and my parents, right? Like my grandparents. And he's like, just come visit me. So my dad visited during Winter '88 Olympics.
No way.
Wow.
So the city was buzzing. He came in winter and it was still so like amazing. And Canada welcomed immigrants, and they still do, with open arms. He tried for maybe, I think he told me, 4 or 5 years to get settled in Europe, working jobs, and he's like lived all over. And then he came here in '88 winter. We arrived '89 summer.
Wow.
And my first memory is like in a gymnasium signing up and getting ready to go to school. Like I don't remember Pakistan. So then going back to Pakistan and getting that shell shock. Growing up here, having friends, riding your bike, going around playing sports, to then going over there and seeing like so much variations and how children my own age have to live, and you become more appreciative of where you are. And then touching even further on that, like forget about what they want to say, quote unquote, third world countries comparison to Canada, right? Everyone dreams about Canada, and it is great. But I even will go a step further and say I had the option, if you guys don't know, like I had a fork in the road in my life in 2016. I got married and I was either I move and live and raise a family and start a family with my wife in France, or she comes here and we make a life here. So I went there countless of times and weighed those options and thought about raising a family. And it's a great place to visit, but there's a cliche saying like, yeah, Paris is so awesome, it's the most, gets the most tourism. But it's like, yeah, tourism. People don't stay. They come and see it and then they leave. Right? So it's great to visit. I go there every summer, right? Yeah. But to raise a family, I think it's a lot better here. I don't take my choice.
So what here tipped the scales for you? Like what in Calgary was like, yeah, this has to be.
So there's still, believe it or not, a lot of discrimination over there. It's tough to keep employment there, even with you have PhD and masters. It's not the same as it is here. And biggest thing is it's so densely populated versus here. Like you can drive an hour and crystal clear water in a mountain, and you can go and level yourself and become centered again. Whereas it's a race over there, 24/7. Things are on the go. People are out and about. What I did like about it though is like 2 p.m., 2 a.m. I can have a Heineken in my hand anywhere in public, on the train, anywhere I want. So I do really like that about Paris. And it's great to visit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love visiting there, but like even my own brother-in-law is like it's tough to keep employment there. My wife had a good job, and it's tough to keep a job there. So just having security, having healthcare here, having a good education system, having the mountains as our backyard. So it was just a lot more benefits, and a biased opinion because I grew up here, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it also just feels so much safer, right? And safe is comfortable. When you're comfortable, you can explore and actually get to know the city.
Well, what I do admire about the Paris population is that they get out there and they stand for their rights. I can't imagine a big change happening here and a riot and all of us hitting the streets like they do in Paris. Like a small change happens to them, the city's on fire. Like they don't promote it, you won't see it much on the news here, but in the last 6 months there's been a lot of turmoil that's been happening there. And it just doesn't hit the news, right?
Wasn't those protests that were like 1 million people big?
At least.
Yeah.
But then you got to remember, in one small area, there's like 4 or 5 million people, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So,
it's insane.
Yeah, we have 1.4 almost here in town. So.
You know what? It's interesting you say that in the sense of like, them being out riding for the simplest changes, and even like this event right here. The Let's Get Phytical, I really wanted to target the Black community and bring us out within health and fitness, because I feel like we can get out and go to the cookouts and get out and go to the club, or get out and go to the marches and stuff. But like, there's not really anything bringing us together in that health and fitness
and a positive way too. Like sometimes when people get together, not to say like cookouts and that stuff ain't positive, but like if you're just doing it for like a good cause, and just to have fun, and having no really big meaning behind it, like a march or like a change needs to happen, then it's so much more comfortable. Like everyone's just chilling. No, it's a good idea, man.
And I like when you said how you said you would raise a family. I feel like Calgary is a wonderful place to raise a family. I haven't been too many places in the world. I've traveled a little bit here and there. And I have 2 daughters myself, 12 and 11.
Awesome.
Shout out Jada and Sanaya. They the loves of my life, and they bring me so much joy. And I feel like I wouldn't want to raise them anywhere else but here. Calgary's a really good place to just really have a family and grow with your family. I like it. So I feel like
we got good soil here at the YYC. Come plant your roots. A lot of people from Ontario, BC are doing that, and there's many reasons behind it. We touched on it at the beginning, right? It's one of the most attractive cities, one of the most affordable cities.
And we're growing right now. They're putting lots of work into the city to just grow it, and make it attractive and make it more fun. And we already got the mountains in our backyard for that active state of mind. And you know, it's a growing city, and we gotta spark. Like they say, what do they say on the signs? Be a part of the energy or something like that.
Yeah.
We got a really strong energy just waiting to blow.
Yeah, it's
right
ready.
now.
Yeah, it needs. You feel it.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, I love it. It's it's a buzz.
It seems like you have quite a passion for bringing people together. Where does that come from? You throwing events, making charities, like.
You know what? I think it just comes from, honestly, the Caribbean culture, the Black culture. You know, we're really about getting together and having a good time, and it doesn't matter if I think back to my days as a young boy and. When the birthday parties, everyone coming together, and we've had some pretty wild cake fights, you know what I'm saying? And just having fun, and even like Carafest. You know, I remember as a young boy, for those of you who don't know, Carafest is the Caribbean celebration where we get together and we get in costumes and we parade through the city. I don't know if you guys have ever taken in Carafest, but again, it's a wonderful event of just coming together and really feeling the vibe of the music and just being together as one in a positive vibe of just being happy and dancing. And even, you know, when it comes to being part of a football team, I feel like everybody really wants to be a part of something. You know, being a part of something almost fulfills you and allows you to know that you are doing something and you are connected to others.
It's supported too.
It's supported, right?
It's a huge thing of validation for sure.
So I feel like just really wanting to just create that sense of community and being supported and having other people doing what you're doing or interested in what you're interested in, and just being together as one. Right? There's a lot of divide within this world, no matter where you go. Right? There's a lot of divide. So just remembering that one love, you know, being together for a common goal, it can be so powerful. And it doesn't have to be in the streets marching for a change. You know, it can be for a positive, simple concept of just having a good time. Right?
I love that.
Having a good time. So I feel like that's kind of where it's come from. I feel like it's embedded in me. It's in my fiber. It's in the culture, right? Of just coming together and being together.
And one more time, how can everyone reach out to you?
I am on Instagram, The Great Glue. That's where you'll find me as of right now.
Holding it together.
Keeping it all together, bringing the people together.
All just clicked for me at once. I've DM'd him a couple times on the YYC Real Estate Show, and then when he said his name, I was like, oh, you're the Great Glue. That's funny.
Man, that's what it's about, you know, like keeping it together, holding it together, bringing the people together as men. You know, we're challenged every day. So, you know, you got to really be able to keep it together, keep your composure, keep your family together, keep your people together, keep yourself together, right? And that's what it's about. And fitness is really that one thing that'll really help you keep everything together, you know, mentally and physically.
I agree.
So that's where the Great Glue comes from.
Nice.
And before we go, I want to touch on one thing that Sheraz mentioned earlier, and he said, you know, we don't listen to our body enough. And that took me back to, I remember I was watching a documentary, and funny, it was basically about the quantum connection of us as humans and how we're all connected through the cosmos, in a sense. And so for some reason, by the end of the documentary, it just took me to a thought, and I was just like, wow. And that thought was, at the end of the day, when we are born, there's a connection in a relationship that we all have that I think we forget about, because through life we get focused on everything around us, our relationships with our friends, our relationships with our parents, our relationship with our girlfriend or our boyfriend, and just all these other relationships that we're creating around us. But when we're born, there's a relationship. The very first relationship that we have is our mind and our body. So your mind and your body are talking to each other when you're born.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Right? Before you can talk to your parents, right, that nourish you, your mind and body is talking to each other. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as we go through life, we kind of sometimes get lost and block that relationship out. But being able to stay connected to that relationship between your mind and your body and understand what your body is telling your mind, and being able to then relay the message back through your body so your body knows that you are connected. That's the first relationship that you have, and that's one of the most important relationships that we have to be able to continuously tap into and grow.
Yeah.
And I am so passionate about that relationship between my mind and body, and it has taken me to wonderful places within my growth in my life. So I guess in saying that, I just want to remind everybody to really tap into that mind-body connection, because that is ultimately the relationship that you will always have, no matter what's going on around you. Your mind-body will always be talking to each other. So
it's the one that matters the most.
Yeah.
You know, we forget about that. You're busy taking care of everyone else and other things, and you fail to, did I eat well today? Did I work out today? You're forgetting about yourself.
Exactly.
And as I'm getting older, like I have to now, my body's talking to me more. Whereas before I could go work out, go play for 2 hours, not feel it, get banged up, whatever, but not feel it the next morning. Now, you know, I played last night, ran for 2 hours last night, and it's like, my legs were so sore this morning just going up the stairs, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to stretch some more. I need to do legs today when I go to the gym, you know?
I had a wicked invite last night. I got to join a dodgeball league, and I didn't know they were in Calgary. My buddy called me the last minute. He's like, we need a sub. I was like, I don't know. Like I said, I was a quarterback. I've thrown, like I can throw. And 3 rounds in, I thought I was needing shoulder surgery. I was like, my shoulder was, because I was whipping him. Like, I haven't played a sport. I haven't played dodgeball since grade 9, so I'm all excited. I'm whipping at these kids, like, and then I'm just like, hit one. I'm just like, oh no. And then I had to sit back, step out, do a couple. My rotator cuff is like, do my old football exercise, loosen things up, and then my Drake, that was there. He was a pitcher catcher. He's like, I'm getting Tommy John surgery, man. Like my elbow shot. Like but the athletic kids that we were playing against, like 30-year-old moms and dads, and they're just whipping up, no pain. I'm like, because you guys were being cocky, and you probably stretched and warmed up. We just showed there like big dogs, like but
I totally understand. I was throwing some balls at with the kids last night at the Wildcats camp.
Good.
And like
shout out Wildcats.
Hey.
Blue orange.
Shout out the Wildcats.
Whenever we played the Big H, we beat them. So I don't know who's now, but sorry, I got my piece in there.
Yeah, but by the end of it, I was like, I'm gonna need to ice my shoulder tonight, guys. Like, I didn't know I was gonna be throwing so much footballs out here tonight.
Yeah.
But so just being, your body's always gonna be giving you the message, telling you, sending it to you. Being able to understand that and respect that is very important.
Yeah, love it.
Repost this on your page, and I share it whenever you do.
Do
it even once a week, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people remember things from seeing these and like having a link and things like that.
Yeah, we'll post on the YYC Instagram.
Thank you guys. Of course. And you guys are, you know what? You guys are, I know you're going to be out of town, but thank you guys for having me. And you guys are more than welcome to come and join the 80s workout. I'm going to give you guys a free ticket.
Oh, thank
so you guys can be there.
Awesome. Yeah.
Bring your significant other, bring a friend, bring whoever. But it's just about having some fun, Come, get moving, have some fun.
Zoom in.
It's a wonderful ambiance over in the University District right now. They're doing some really good things.
We're selling some condos there.
Oh, yeah? The Rohans.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sell me one. I want
Hey,
that.
we can take advantage
Hey,
of
you
all
want a
that
card?
equity, right?
You want a card? That's sweet. Well, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you guys
Thanks again.
for having
Pleasure
me.
being here. And that was another great episode of the YYC Real Estate Show.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Let's see if the trends keep going in real estate. I mean, it was almost identical from the week prior, so it does take a little bit of time for some changes to reflect in the market. So I imagine 2-3 episodes from now, going into July, we'll start to see a shift in the sales and stuff, and we'll talk more about that next
we have
week.
a big upgrade coming next week to the show too.
Well, we'll see.
No, I dropped it. Now we have to do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.